Gunshots, gunshots, gunshots. Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Diddy got a new joint filed against him in court. A dude named Derek Lee Cardello Smith versus P. Diddy. Dude is locked up. To give you the hood version, dude is locked up, out in Detroit. He said that he was with Diddy back in 1997. I'm going to get to it, but he won in court to put a temporary injunction against P. Diddy so he can't sell his house that he's trying to sell for $70 million that Homeland Security raided. Diddy cannot sell his house for 90 days because Derek Lee Cardello Smith, filed a temporary injunction against him so he can't sell his property. Sit back, we're going to break this down so you understand. I'm going to just play this and I'm going to narrate it, keep it moving. All right? All right, so this one here is a doozy. Well, what dude did is he's locked up out in Detroit, right? And he filed a temporary injunction and restraining order against Diddy, right? Now, I'm going to play this so you can hear what happened yourself so we can keep this moving. This ain't got to be no long, drawn out process. We're going to let you see, the troubles that Diddy got going on right now, all right?
Do you wish to argue the motion today, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you may proceed then.
Okay, the purpose of it is based on two actions taken by Mr. Combs himself, directly with me here. We did a live one-on-one visit in our prison visiting room. There's two meetings within the past 2 weeks with Mr. Combs on one meeting and then a financial advisor on the other meeting on Mr. Combs' behalf. And he stated that he would make me an offer to end the case and what happened to me because of other things that he stated he has going on in his life that require his money right now, and he wants to sell everything off.
All right, let me break that down. Dude said that he got a lawsuit filed against Diddy. Diddy trying to sell off his property so that he could move his money so that he don't have to pay dude, right? Talking about Derek Lee Cardello Smith. So he goes to the judge and tell the judge, hey, Diddy trying to sell his property off so he ain't got to pay me, and I got a legitimate lawsuit against him. So now the judge is hearing the motion to see if they're going to grant it, and he also filed a temporary restraining order. Now, he's locked up in state prison, and he's filing a temporary restraining order against Diddy. Now, that's because he's saying that Diddy came to see him at the prison and, been trying to get him to take this deal that he's offering him to remove, the temporary restraining order. So just listen to it so you understand what's going on right here. I hope I explained that good enough. All right, dude is locked up and he's suing Diddy. He goes to the court and he said, hey, I want you to freeze Diddy's account so that he can't, move the money so that when I win the lawsuit, I can't get my money. So that's what the judge over me is sitting here pondering now as he's breaking it down. Now, this dude, this is a crazy story. Just listen to this. This is what's going on with Diddy right now. All right, but y'all understand that? All right, he's trying to get the judge to stop Diddy from moving the money. All right?
And he made me a financial offer of $2.3 million to allow what happened to me to go away. And he stated that he's going to be selling his property. And under the 2005 California Civil Code 2881-2885, the creation of liens, which allows out-of-state justices and orders to cause a stop of any title transfer property.
You see, now what he's doing is under that code, he's filing, to them, because in California they have a code that he just mentioned, and he's trying to get them to stop, him from transferring the title or the lien or the deed or whatever to someone else until the case could get resolved to see if he gets his money.
Transfers in Los Angeles or any other place that he has property, he stated that he wouldn't be able to proceed with that sale.
So Diddy told him that, look, I can't proceed with the sale. Take this 2.3 million, you know what I mean, and let this joint go. And this is how he's responding to it. So y'all understand that he locked up in Detroit. I'm trying to walk you through it because I know this is real complicated. He's locked up in Detroit, right? He's saying that he had a SA, encounter with Diddy, where Diddy, awed him. Back in 1997, he's filing his suit, and Diddy is trying to move the money so that he don't have to pay him. So he's asking the judge to freeze his account and put a temporary restraining order against Diddy on him. Do you understand that? All right? And to freeze the money. Let's go.
And he did it the day after I served him the suit. And he also said that he won't be filing an answer to the complaint. He said, you can find me in default or whatever. He has a better chance with default than he would with having a restraining order stopped. And I said, so you want to hide your money and stop from being quite possibly paid to me if I'm given the benefit of a judgment in my favor for what you've done to me. And he pretty much said, yeah. He says, you know how we get down. And I said, okay, well, I disagree with how you get down. Your sale shouldn't go through.
So I'm gonna.
Now the judge is gonna ask. Y'all understand that? He's saying Diddy came to see him at the joint and offered him $2.3 million, man. You know what I mean? And he said, nah, he want more than that. He want $100 million. He said, Cassie got it, I should get it. He's saying that Diddy put something in his drink, you know what I mean? Got him messed up. When he woke up, you know what I mean? He was SA'd and awed. And all of a sudden now, Diddy looked at him and said, yeah, I told you I was going to get that. Allegedly, that's what he's saying happened. So now listen to the judge's question.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Cadello Smith. Okay, so you went in a different direction than I thought you were going into. I thought we were just going to focus. No.
We are.
You kind of went off in a different direction than what your actual motion was.
Yeah.
So what I just want to say is settlement negotiations.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
In this case, are probably better not. Yeah, they're not to be placed on the record today. Okay.
Okay, so what she's telling me is that when he came to offer you the 2.3 million and you telling me all this other stuff, you know what I mean? We're not going to place this on the record. But notice that she's not shutting them down because she's fascinated now that she got a big one and she's going to be famous, that she hearing the Diddy SA case right in her thing. So now, just from him, he's a slick manipulator. He manipulated her, you know what I mean, to get her interested in the case. Look at her face behind him. So she interested in the case right now. While she's interested in the case, he know he got her. So he mentioned Diddy, 2.3 million. Diddy came to visit him. That don't look good, Diddy. You went to go visit him, but I'm going to explain why it don't matter in a minute. But let me finish this.
I apologize.
No, it's okay. You're not an attorney. I understand that. So if we can just backtrack and focus just on your motion
I get what you want.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, now he's going to break it down, so pay attention.
If he's allowed to sell his property that he has in LA and the properties that are in his name being used and held by other people in Michigan, then it will cause me harm because I can be tied directly to those properties through loans and through other areas of investment that I did when I was out there and while in prison through money that I've sent. And if he's allowed...
You hear that? He's saying if you're allowed to do that, if you're allowed to if they don't put the temporary restraining order and all that and the lien on the joint, that he's responsible for whatever Diddy do with the property now, from whatever he did with Diddy, financially out there, that they intertwined. But yet he tried to make it like they just met and SA'd, and he got SA'd one time, and that was supposed to be it. But now he's saying that he, had these transactions with Diddy that links him into Diddy's property. Don't make sense, but sit back and pay attention. I'm going to do a further one on this later, because I don't really have time. I got something to do today, but I wanted to just report this.
To go through with any of the sales, I won't be able to recoup any of my monies or anything from him as a result of any possible judgment in this action, if he's allowed to proceed with it.
Okay, so what he's saying now is that he got this judgment, they call it. They got this suit in on him, and while they have this suit in on him, he feels that he's gonna win. If Diddy moves the property, then he won't be able to get nothing. You understand what I'm saying? And he would lose, so he feel like Diddy trying to manipulate the system.
And an injunction or a restraining order would help ensure that he's not manipulating and selling the property to avoid this responsibility in these matters here.
Okay, so he's actually to put the restraining order and the injunction in to secure the fact that he can't get away from paying them. That's like when the girl went at 50 Cent, I think it was his baby mom or something, and he filed for bankruptcy. You know what I mean? That's something similar, how they move in the money when you get in that, in that contents. All right? So he's saying that it'll harm me if you don't put this injunction on him, because he'll be able to sell the house, put the lien in somebody else's name, and then cry that I ain't got no money. You ain't got nothing coming. After he done did this to him, and Diddy filed this a day after he filed his lawsuit, so he's showing that to the judge to let the judge know that this is all a manipulated plot to try and get away from not paying me the bag. And this woman is fascinated hearing Diddy's name up in here and this crazy stuff all the way in Detroit. Let's go.
That's what a temporary restraining order would do. It would prevent that from happening. Because it's a very serious matter. It involves a lot of money. A lot of money.
Look at her.
And him selling this would help him avoid his liability for these actions done upon me.
You understand that? He's telling the judge, if you allow, we're dealing with a lot of money. If you allow him to sell this prop, if you don't put this injunction and lien on him, he's going to be able to move forward and duck having to pay me. And, when I win this suit, we know he's trying to do it, so let's freeze this money before the suit move forward.
And I was just hoping that I'd be able to get the restraining order to prevent that. There won't be any harm to him, any of the parties. There won't be any harm to him in any way. And if it's deemed that it's not justified, then he can go ahead and go through with the sale at the end of the case. But one has to be put in place to stop this from happening.
Okay. Okay. So, thank you very much.
Yes.
So Gardella Smith, who
All right, so let's pass past that. So that's where that's at, right? So let's bring this back and see where we at over here. So the judge stepped out here the way she come back in. All right, let's go.
So I did do that. That's all. And
Yes.
Okay. Anything else?
Everything that you're looking at, they're all tied in together. Every part, as crazy as this seems, as outrageous as it seems, it all ties in. Every bit of it, every facet.
Okay. All right. Well, I have a proof of service showing that Mr. Combs was served on July 6th of 2000 and, let me see, is that 24?
Yes, yeah.
all right, let's take a
So
look
this is
at
all
the
recent
complaint
right
that
here,
Gardella
you know what I
Smith
mean?
filed here in
Big
this
shout out to
temporary
Long
restraining order.
Crime. Big shout out to Long Crime, you know what I mean? But now this is where she grants, now I ain't gonna do all that because Diddy be having all this copyright crap going on, But this what happened when you try and be cheap, right? Let me just stop it here.
Derek Lee Cardello
Let me just stop it here and get this right. Let me just stop this and explain this in layman's terms. This is what happened, right? Because even in the federal prison, this is what we do. When you're in prison, we know that they got something. You can file a lien on somebody if you got a lawsuit. So what dudes would do in prison is they are, the jailhouse lawyers. That's what this dude is, a jailhouse lawyer. They'll go in and, they'll file like a suit against somebody in the prison, one of the officers in the prison, and when you do that, you write it all the way to the top from the warden all the way down. You know what I mean? And then you put a freeze on the account, saying that you want to freeze the account because they might try and take the money out the bank, sell the property, and not have to pay you for the judgment that you filing now. For the complaint you filing now, civil complaint. So when that happens, the court not normally will grant it and freeze their account. You know what I mean? If you put it together right. This dude is good, so he put it together right. He made it sound salacious. And, they just freeze Diddy's, lien to the $70 million mansion that he's trying to get. That $70 million he's trying to get for that mansion in LA that they ran up in. You know what I mean? That's historic now that we all seen with, Homeland Security and all that. Diddy can't sell that joint for 90 days because of this inmate. So Diddy went to the jail to go see him, right? Twice, allegedly. He got it in the prison records. He said that he went there to go see him twice, right? The first time he came there, he offered him $2.3 million to let it go away. You know what I mean? Dude said no. Then Diddy came back with an accountant, to show him whatever. And I guess he offered him some more. And dude said no. I think dude is saying that Diddy allegedly offered him $23 million. But Diddy's going to the prison to see this dude to get this lien off of him. That's how serious this case is. That with this lien. But that don't mean the dude got a chance in hell to win the actual lawsuit that he got filed. So don't think that because he's here, at this phase, and got the judge to freeze Diddy's account, that means, the case is good. No, it's just procedures that you could ask them to do that so a person can't move the money. But that don't mean the case is good or bad, because she's not weighing on whether the case is good or bad. You understand? She's just weighing on whether what he's alleging could happen, meaning did he sell the house, move the property, or whatever, and they freeze it. So in prison, when we do that, because we like to ride. So in prison, when inmates do that, that's to shake up the warden, the assistant warden, the captain, the lieutenant, to let them know that your litigation pen game ain't no joke. Like, I could stop you from using your bank account. So now when they stop it for 90 days, right? See, Diddy got money from other areas, so that won't affect him. But when you file it on a warden, assistant warden, a captain, a lieutenant, the officers below him that had something to do with the incident, when you file this issue and you get granted this summary judgment where they can't touch their bank account for like 90 days. You understand? That means they can't pay their bills for 90 days. They can't use their credit card for 90 days. So, when we used to file it, of course, the administration would run to us and say, man, come on, drop the lawsuit. That's the same thing like Diddy just ran to him to go visit him. That's the same way the captain and all that will come and try and pressure us and persuade us to drop the lawsuit. So now they ask the prison, what do you want? So now we can't get $100 million, in the prison. So we tell them we want stamps. So a lot of times we just file these motions when an officer do something stupid. We file the motion and we sue from the warden down, and then we put a freeze on their account. And then when they come back, we tell them, yo, only way I'm going to take that off so you can spend your money, before the 90 days is you give me, 100 books, 500 books of stamps. Give me 1,000 books of stamps, and each book of stamp is worth $5. So it's a good way. And then you tell them, and I need some sneakers, and I need this, and I need that, and they go get you everything out the commissary you need, for you to take this lien off of their property and their bank accounts, because they can't even pay their bills. They can't even use the credit card to get gas when we file this on them in prison, so you understand. So don't think that because this dude filed this that he got this hell of a case. It don't matter. What it is just a nuisance. So did he go to visit him and offer him 2.3? He said no. Then did he go back to the accountant to show him that how much time you got, By the time you get out, you could do this and that with the money. And the dude said Diddy went up to allegedly 23 million, and he said hell no. But dude is stupid. He needed to take the 23 million if Diddy offered him 23 million and get the hell out of Dodge, because in September when the judge released the lien, and then they look at his suit, they're going to say, this from 1987. You ain't even got no proof that none of this happened, and you sitting here bringing this frivolous motion in the court. But right now, Diddy needs to get the temporary injunction that he put on him and restraining order, off of him. You know what I mean? And the preliminary injunction. If he don't get it off of him, he can't sell the house and he can't sell none of his property that he got out there in LA or Detroit or whatever. So this is how this becomes a Diddy nuisance. So I hope y'all understand this. If not, put it in the comments. It's good, and I do another video and take my time and explain it. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you're already subscribed, hit the notification bell. If you just subscribe, hit the notification bell. The key thing is to hit the notification bell. Cash App is on the screen, $ unique.m.hall. Make sure you hit the logo when you go to the Cash App, that little colored logo with my initials in it, and it says the account was created in 2020. I hope you enjoyed this program. This is it for now. I got to go. I just wanted to tap in, give y'all a little something, you know what I mean, as we say it. Now, y'all just sit back and know that Diddy in the world of trouble again. The lawsuit that he got probably ain't nothing. Let's get that straight. That lawsuit probably ain't nothing. But he was able to shut down Diddy's movement of his property that he's trying to sell before it dropped. And remember, I told you, they're getting ready to drop some salacious stuff on Diddy because that's just the way they do it. Y'all want to talk about how you know. Because I done been through it, been there, done that, and I understand that this is a political season. So they want to take our attention off of the presidency run, with Camilla and Big Donald, and focus it on something minimal, But to us, it's going to be great and salacious and grande, both sides. It's going to be the biggest bag of trouble ever, you know what I mean? And we're going to be a Diddy. And you know what I mean? And the whole time, they're doing a smooth election, which is going to be a smooth transfer of power for a new president, and we ain't even gonna know what's going on. By the time we wake up, they're gonna tell us that now, we back slaves again. Put this around your neck. All right, let's get this thing popping. Remember, hit the notification bell, if you already subscribed, and hit the subscribe and the notification bell if you're not. All right?
Cheers, toast the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. I went through it, so would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably your grams on. Probably the reason that him and your grams that generated millions on never squilling to the cops Mecca. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a raw in Uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend an ear. He started in Uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours, so we can get